Hello, welcome to a new live this Thursday afternoon. This is one of the lives prior to the online class on July 21st. Welcome, everyone. Where are you connecting from? In case you don't know it, you have a live chat here in the side where you can participate live. You can tell me your name, where you're connecting from, and anything you need to share with everyone here. Today we're going to be talking about one of the principles of self-love. First of all, just a few minutes, a very intense, important message that I want to get through before the online class on Sunday. And then one of my old clients, Esra, is going to connect, and we're going to have a little interview, and she's going to share with all of you her coaching experience, just very similar to what we did yesterday with Holly. So please, if anyone has any questions or wants to share anything, this is a safe space. You can share and write it down on the chat. And whenever I get the time, I will be reading all of them and answering to them. So today I wanted to explain to everyone a bit more this principle that I use in my coaching method, which is the idea that everything that happens to you in your relationship with the external world. What do I mean with your relationship with the external world? Your relationship with others, your relationship with your job, with money, abundance, with food, any type of relationship you have with something external is a direct mirror of what is happening in the relationship with yourself. And this is good news because what is happening in the relationship with yourself is the only thing that you actually can control, and that depends 100% up to you. So this means if you heal and fix what is going on inside of you, this will be projected to everything that's going on outside of you. Many of you maybe have been sending me messages about your current situations because we're going to be talking on Sunday about them, right? Having a low self-esteem can impact you in many ways. And I've been receiving messages from women who are going through breakups and they feel completely lost, or women who are trying to find love, but for some reason they can't connect with the right person, or they don't meet someone that treats them well. Women who are currently in an unfulfilling job, but don't know how to get out from that situation. Women who are struggling with their friendships or family relationships because they find themselves being mistreated. Women who are afraid of saying what they think in front of some people, or afraid of being rejected by others if they do something wrong. I don't know if any of you are experiencing these specific situations, but these are all situations that can happen when you are struggling with self-esteem, self-worth issues. And all of these situations are mirrors of what is happening inside of us. And I'm sure some of you may think, how is it happening inside of me if someone is mistreating me, or someone is speaking to me badly? Why is this my fault? No, I'm not saying this is your fault. I'm saying that you can either be a victim of what is happening and the way that someone is treating you, or you can use the situation to understand what information is this giving you about yourself. For example, if a friend is speaking to you in a very inappropriate tone constantly, this is something that happens a lot. Could it be that you allow her to speak to you like this because you speak to yourself in a very bad tone, or inappropriately? Or another example, if your ex broke up with you and he made you feel alone, or she made you feel alone, the question there is, are you there for you? It's not that they made you feel alone. Are you there for you always? Or if you can't find anyone who is committed to you, this is another very common one. Are you committed to yourself. So each and every one of you here has signed up to the online class on Sunday and maybe is going through a specific or difficult situation related to your self-esteem, to your fears, your insecurities. So before we go on to interview my client Ezra, I want to do a little exercise with all of you so you get prepared before Sunday. And it's super easy. I'm going to ask you to grab a piece of paper. You can do this now, or you can do this when we finish the live. And I want you to write down, first of all, what's the situation that you're struggling with in this moment? In what way is this situation making you struggle with your self worth, with your self esteem? And then I want you to write down what information is this situation giving you about yourself? What information is this situation giving you about the relationship you have with yourself? Okay. We will get more in depth about how this works and what is this going to take you to. But this is a very good way for you to gain awareness of what is going on inside of you and in what way you could heal what is going on inside of you to then see all of this projected in the outside world. So, and to be able to create things that are aligned to that self-esteem, that self-worth. So I don't know if any of you have any questions. Please, if you do, I'm seeing all the comments here. If you want to participate, I'll read them. For now, I'm going to connect Ezra to the live so we can start our interview. Give me 1 second. Here we are, Ezra. How are you?
Hello, Petty. I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You were listening what I was just explaining, right?
Yes, yes. I even took notes myself because you can never have enough. You can never have
Uh,
enough reflection.
what do you think about what I was saying about the our relationship being a mirror of what is happening outside of us?
I definitely agree with it. Definitely. And it can apply to any situation, in my opinion. It can apply to romantic relationships, the patterns that keep on going and going, even like your friendships, your family, your like struggles in your career. I definitely do agree with that. And whenever I see it as an opportunity to learn more about myself, a struggle, I definitely go through it easily and go through it more like wiser and, you know, better in general. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
changing the you change the difficult situation from being a victim to
Yeah.
being a creator. Remember, we've talked about this a lot in our sessions.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much for being here and for sharing
Of
with
course.
everyone your journey. It's super
Of course.
important for us to speak and to share with other women that are maybe struggling our situations and what we've been through.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you. I'm grateful to be here. So,
Mm. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna be asking you a series of questions to dig deeper into what your journey with coaching was.
mhm.
So, can you describe your situation before starting the coaching sessions?
Yes, yes, of course. I I remember it very clearly. The first day that I spoke to you, I was like, I didn't even have that much hope from our meeting. I'm not gonna lie. I was so stuck in a situation. It was self-imposed. I knew it very clearly. I didn't want to ask for help from anyone else because, like, not from my family or friends, because I knew that it was something that only I could fix. So, like, and also I had vented about it enough in the past, and after some time, it's like I don't want to talk about the same problems anymore to my friends or family. So it got really alone. It got really like stuck. I was repeating the same behaviors that was not serving me. I did not see a way out. It was just so hard to socialize. It was so hard to even like have a conversation with a new person. So that's why I always like I was at home all the time, a lot of the time. I was missing out on life. I was missing out on myself. Yeah, I remember it very clearly. And yes, I was such a bad mood in general. I was just feeling stuck. That would be the best word to describe it.
Okay. I love what you said about I was missing out on myself. Clearly now you understand that you are. Um, what challenges or
Yes.
problems were you facing with the relationship with yourself?
Yeah. Well, a couple, definitely a couple of them. One of them being not having boundaries within myself. So, like, I was always blaming myself for having so little willpower. So, I was not able to complete my tasks, or like, I was not able to not do something that I know was not serving me. And um, yeah, in general, it was just yeah, I was just not good at taking good care of myself. I was always in the
Mhm.
victim mode, always looking for help in some substance or like in food. I would turn to food to escape from my emotions. So I was not have like I did not have a good relationship with my emotions. I didn't know how to experience them without trying to hide or escape from them or the reality even. Like I did not like the reality that I was living in. So that's why I always tried to find a way to escape it for the moment, which always led me to wanting to escape more because it only led me to even worse reality. So it gets so lonely and isolated in that state, honestly.
Mm.
Um, yeah,
Mhm.
so my relationship with myself, I would just try to hide because I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was, and I was not proud of myself. So, yeah,
Mhm.
that was it.
Mhm. I love what you mentioned about hiding. Some people, some of us in difficult moments have the belief that if we avoid or ignore the difficult situation, it will disappear when
Yeah,
actually it gets worse. It just grows.
unfortunately, it does. Yeah. Oh,
Unfortunately.
always. It's so hard though. It's so hard without any support from someone. It's hard to get out of that situation because it's very comfortable to be the
Mm-hmm.
victim as well. Very comfortable to stay at home and like just feel bad about yourself. Which I'm not
Mm-hmm.
judging because
Mm-hmm.
I was there. Sometimes even I still have some days where I really don't feel like going out, but definitely not in the same place that I was before.
Mm. What specific changes have you experienced since you did the coaching sessions?
The first thing that comes to my mind is definitely unconditional acceptance. Like to be able to look at the problem and to be able to accept the problem, you know, that really changed a lot because when you accept the problem, um, like before that, I was not seeing it as a problem, I was just wanted to keep doing the same things that was giving me comfort, and it was so comfortable that I would not be able to call it a problem. But after a while, once accepted that it was a problem what I was doing, then I was able to accept myself unconditionally and also see that it's okay to struggle that way. So after
Mm.
acceptance comes unconditional love towards myself. Even though I was messing up, even though I was not doing as good as I was able to do, I knew that I would be able to do more and better. I would still accept myself and love myself unconditionally. And I think it was the start point because with hate, with like, uh, I couldn't change myself with hating myself. I had to change my behavior with love. So that was that
Mm.
was a huge thing. Also, if of course
Mm.
this point of view affected all the relationship that I had, my social life, my family life, because after a while I didn't need to hide.
Mhm.
uh, I could just show up as my messy self, which is normal, you know. We don't have to be perfect. So yeah, that was very such a big accomplishment for me to accept myself with my flaws and my mistakes and with my messiness, you know.
Mhm. One of the things I always say is whatever you think you need from others is something that you can give or you need to give yourself. And a lot of people, a lot of my clients tell me, I need people to accept me. And I always say, do you accept yourself? So just in line with what we're talking about and what I was talking about before, um,
Yeah,
it's exactly what you were saying.
exactly.
So how did you feel when you first started the sessions, and how do you feel now?
Well, there's a huge difference, huge difference. Like I said, it was, I felt like I was in this like I was in this dark pit that I was struggling to get out all the time. But the more I struggled, the more I was going into it. It was a phase. Thankfully, with your help, I was able to get out of it. Now, like back then, like I said, it was depressed, stuck, not living up to my potential. I knew there was more that I could offer. Like I knew there was something more, but I was not seeing it, and I gave up on all my goals back then as well. Now, today, I definitely feel like I am who I say I am. You know, that changes a lot of things because I used to be ashamed as well, ashamed of how I wasn't this ideal that I created in my head, or how I didn't achieve these things that I wanted to achieve so bad. So it would be struggle for me to meet new people because I didn't even know how to introduce myself. You know, I was not like I said, I was not proud of myself. But today I'm just okay with being me. You know, I'm just okay with being me because since I love myself with my mistakes and my past and my flaws, I am able to introduce myself to new people with confidence and without any like fear that they're not gonna like me, because I know who I am and I know that I like me, and I know that if I'm worried about someone else not liking me, it's more about me not liking myself. So the more I spend time accepting myself, loving myself, and being who I say I am, the more I was able to open up to people, the more I was able to actually live my true self, which is not a crazy, which didn't take a crazy achievement. In like I thought that I had to be this like woman with a good career in order to be confident, but no, actually, there's not a huge difference in my career today, but there's a huge difference in my ability to express myself. I don't know how it
Mm,
happened. I can't really pinpoint it. It took a lot of sessions. It took a lot of time. But like I said, in time, I just gained the confidence to mess up. You know, I gained the confidence to fail, and I gained the confidence to express myself freely and not be perfect and still liked myself. And surprisingly, people liked me more after that. Like, which is not
mm,
that surprising because I was more open. But like the more I did it, the more I just went out, like the more I expressed my feelings and my thoughts to people, the more I wanted to do it and the more people liked it. And like
mm,
I had a community, you know, like I would be able to just exchange thoughts, so I was not feeling alone as well. That helped. Yeah, it's such a different place, such a different place. I'm more able to do the tasks that are so hard, like it was so hard to do the simple tasks before. Now I feel more energetic. I feel, not every day obviously I'm not happy and energetic every day obviously, but in general I'm just more myself and I'm just more able to live as me, and that's very
mm.
that's a great feeling.
Yeah. You know, I love this doctor called Joe Dispenza that talks about how we create our reality
Yeah.
through our personality. And there's this book that I actually recommend to everyone. He
Mhm.
wrote it, and it's called Break the Habit of Being Yourself.
Mhm.
It's actually, if anyone has Spotify, for free in Spotify, if you have Spotify Premium.
Mhm.
And in this book, he talks about two yous. So it's the two hands. When you're
Mhm.
born, hands are together. So this is the you that you show others, and this is the you that you truly are.
Mhm.
And through experience, we suffer difficult moments, relationships, situations that make us be afraid or create insecurities. Or and what happens is these two hands separate little by little from each other until it
Mhm.
gets to a point where who you show others you are is so different to who you are, because what
Yeah.
you're trying to do is hide all those insecurities, all those fears.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think in some ways, through coaching, what we do is we put these hands together, because you
Yes.
face your fears, you challenge your limiting beliefs, you overcome your insecurities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very,
Exactly.
it makes me very happy that you were saying that you can show yourself as you are,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. It's a great example. Actually, it's a great example. I love that.
Yeah.
So true. It's also
So
like a little bit. Oh, sorry.
no, no,
Please.
no. Continue. Tell me.
I was gonna say it also feels a bit like disassociation from yourself because you're not feeling comfortable being you are who you are. So how can you be yourself when you're disassociated? So
Not only disassociated, but you create a life being someone that you're not. So it makes sense that one day you wake up
yeah,
and you're like, I don't like my life. I don't like my relationships. I don't like my job. I'm not happy with the life that I'm living, because it's not you who is living. It's this one.
yeah,
This
yeah.
happened to
So
me
true.
too, by the way, in the past.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
what was the most significant transformation or breakthrough that you achieved?
Oh, the most significant one was to be able to let go. Was to have the courage to let go of something that was not serving me, which was the hardest thing. Um, and also, the most significant one is facing my fear of being seen, actually. Just being seen, not like seen by thousands of people, but even for my inner circle, you know? Um, but to be able to really let go of some habits that I was so holding on to tightly was huge. It's still huge.
Yeah.
It took a lot of self belief and took a lot of help.
Okay. Were there any unexpected benefits that you gained from coaching that you didn't expect?
I didn't expect to have confidence this much because like I said, it's not like confidence, of course, comes with being humble as well. It's like I think it should be side by side, but I always thought that in order to be confident, I really need to achieve something huge and I really need to have this great life. But no, in time I realized that it doesn't really take that. It just takes a lot of like knowing yourself, knowing your weaknesses and strengths, and loving yourself as you are. And like I said, I didn't expect to be like I've changed a lot. You know, my communication skills with people changed a lot. So I did not expect this. I did not expect to be such a different person. Actually, yeah.
Mm. Um, how did the coaching that you experienced with me, how was it different to other solutions that you have tried in the past or tried in the past?
I tried a lot of things, first of all. I tried a lot of therapists. I tried one more coaching session before you two, and one I even tried like medication, some antidepressants. But with you, I don't know. It was just so much different because I felt like we were both humans. When I go to the therapist, it's just like I'm sitting down and like I don't really feel like I'm heard. I don't feel like the person actually cares. Not that I'm trying to like judge anyone or nothing like that. Of course, there are great therapists out there, and sometimes it's very, very necessary as well. But to be to be able to have someone to mirror yourself back to you, so you're not really showing direction, but you are showing me myself. And um like sometimes you can't really do it yourself. You really need someone to show it to you, and you were doing exactly that. Like I would look forward to our sessions because I was like, I'm wondering what Patty is gonna make me realize this time. And after every session I was like, I would come with a huge baggage and I would leave so light because I would release all the
Oh,
judgment towards myself. I would release all the like fear and doubt because you would hear it and you would carry it. You would have the space, and you would also mirror me to myself. And if, like sometimes, like I said, you can't do it on your own. You need someone to actually show you what you want in life, or what the problem is actually is. We always think the problem is something else than what it actually is. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
it
Nice.
was
Yeah,
such a
well,
different experience.
coaching and therapy, traditional psychotherapy, are super different. In the end, coaching, as you say, is very focused on a specific goal. It's a
Mhm.
very short process compared to like years of therapy. I think they're both necessary and they can complement each other. Maybe, who knows, the therapy work that you did made you be a bit more ready for the coaching.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Def-
basically what I do is ask questions and show you what is going on so that you
yeah.
can find the answers inside of you. I think that is why it's so empowering because you are finding the answers. I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You exactly. And the fact that we were working on a specific goal each week, that was not so overwhelming because I was not able to take something that was so overwhelming that time. And it made me feel like I was achieving as well. So that really helped too.
Nice. Can you share a specific example or story that basically highlights the impact of the coaching sessions and how what the impact that they had in your life?
Um, so I've learned how to understand what I wanted. Um, I think that was the first meeting that we had. You showed me an exercise, and before that exercise, I didn't know what I wanted in life. Also, that really contributed me to going every direction, but not really going anywhere. And after that exercise, I've learned visualizing, and I've learned that it is possible. I had so much hope towards what I want, but the most important thing was actually knowing what I wanted in details as well. That was huge because after that I knew where to go. I knew which direction to take. Um, your exercises was always very helpful. All the exercises. But the first one, I never forget that one, like I said, because it was a point in life where I was so miserable. And then I was like, wait, there is a way out and there's a different way. So yeah, that was very valuable for me.
Mm. I remember that day, and I think it's super powerful to know. I agree, and I think that's how I got out of my situations in the past,
Hmm.
having a clear direction. Because
Yeah,
if you don't know where you're going, you can never take a step towards
yeah,
it. Um, Thank you for sharing your
of course,
story.
of course.
So, you mentioned you had some doubts before starting. I'm curious, what doubts did you have before you decided to start the sessions?
Mm, well, since I didn't know you at all, and since I had tried one more coaching session before, I didn't know if it was going to help me. I didn't, and also when you're really wanting help and you take a risk to invest in yourself and start working with in this new way and with a new person, um, when it fails, it really contributes you to feeling a bit worse as well. So I was a bit doubtful. I can't lie. I was like, oh, I hope that this is going to help me in some way because I don't want to fail in another session. Like I don't want to fail in another attempt to help myself. That was the only doubt that I had. I just wondered if it's gonna work. I didn't know how you were gonna approach how what approach you were gonna take. Um, but yeah, after some time in our first session, I was sure that I made the right decision. Like I said, it was like um, you were really with me. You know, you really understood. You had such a calming energy, and I just felt like I was seen and understood, and that I can count on you and I can trust you. So yeah.
If you could talk to someone who is considering working on themselves through coaching or any type of yeah, through coaching, but is still thinking about it, what would you tell them?
I would tell them what's the harm in trying because without trying you can never really know. And I believe that some people tend to see like coaching sessions or self-help um, like pointless, but in my opinion it's exactly the opposite. Yeah, it's actually an investment that can stick with you your whole life. And we tend to like spend money on things that we are not gonna use or that's only gonna bring temporary relief, which there's nothing wrong with that. Of course we're gonna do that, but when you make an investment in yourself and in understanding yourself, the information that you gain just stays with you your whole life. And the development stays with you. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's no harm in trying. I would definitely encourage people to try it. Actually, it's just making
I love
yourself
that phrase.
calmer.
I love the phrase. There's no harm in trying.
Yes, yes, never. Even if
So
it
I guess
fails, even if it doesn't work out, there's no harm in trying. In my opinion.
totally. I agree. So I guess just to end, maybe if there's anything you'd like to share about how was the experience working with me personally.
It was just so calming. Patty, your energy is always so calming. And to this day, I am looking forward to see you every time I see you. And
Wow.
yeah, I just really like that you are a judge-free zone and you have such wise insights and you're oh sorry.
Pudding.
Yes. I was gonna apologize
This
beforehand.
also happened in the Philippines.
I'm so sorry. Pudding, pudding.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
like I
okay.
said, you're so wise and you always offer me an insight that I feel like, I never thought this way before. Even though sometimes I don't like it because it's always the reality check as well. Like you're in this perfect balance between your reality and but yeah, I really like your energy and I really like the way you approach your sessions.
Thank you
It
so
was so
much, Ezra.
helpful.
I I enjoyed working with you in the same way. I said this to Holly yesterday too. I'm the first one who learns so much from each one of the amazing people that decide to work with me, and
Oh,
it's an honor. So thank you, and thank you
thank
for
you.
your kind words, for sharing your experience with me and with all the ladies that have joined today, with
Of course.
my community. And I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add. If
But
anyone
just
here wants to ask any questions here in the chat now, we're in time to read them. If not, you can send them through on Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever you want, and we'll answer them.
Well, thank you so much, Patty. All I can say is it was an honor to speak here, and it was an honor to work with you for me as well. So thank you so much.
Ezra. Okay, so we're gonna say bye for today. See you tomorrow again, and Saturday, 7 p.m. I'm gonna be giving 2 mini live sessions before the workshop on Sunday. Tomorrow is about how fighting against your fears is not gonna help you. You'll see what I mean tomorrow. So see you tomorrow at 7, and thank you so much, Ezra. I send you a huge hug
Thank you
and
so
send you a
much.
hug to everyone.
Thank you. And a huge hug too. Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye bye.